ho, ho, ho. Hey, everybody. Merry Christmas from the North Pole. Welcome to another Story Time with Santa. Today, we're going to read another book from our fairy snow princess, Jade Nicole, who lives up here in the North Pole. This one is called A Snow Fairy and the North Pole Pirates. So everybody sit back with a nice cup of hot cocoa, and I hope you enjoy the story. There are songs and great tales of Christmases old, of reindeer and snowmen, of silver and gold. But one such a tale has yet to be told, of the great Arctic pirates from the northern North Pole. Now I know what you're thinking. North Pole pirates? How absurd! Well, I promise you, friends, it is yet to be heard that many a year before fog slowed us down, another great tale had just sailed into town. His name was Graybeard, Captain Graybeard McGee, and instead of a parrot, a penguin had he. A penguin who sat at the foot of his feet? Well, 1 foot, 1 peg of a peppermint tree. Yes, a typical pirate had a sword or a hook, an eye patch and earring, a troublesome look. But pirates of North were a bit more peculiar, as you probably guessed from their colorful ruler. Now Graybeard had gathered a list of the naughty, to make a small crew that would finish his party. A band of great pirates was all he required to take Santa's treasure of wishes desired. For who can conquer this mighty endeavor, steals wishes and presents, and Christmas forever? We fairies back then were in charge of protecting this treasure that Santa had long been collecting. Great wishes that kept the North Pole shining bright, for without this magic, it would fade out of sight. It was still a small fairy, no taller than grass, nor older or wiser was I, but alas, I reflect on that cold, bitter day in December, a battle we would like not to remember. I wish I could say that it went in our favor, that we caught them red-handed or had been a bit braver. But wands, stones, and dust were quite tricky to manage when opposed by 5 brutes with a 4-foot advantage. Penguins and peppermint peg legs aside, these boys were all pirates, quite naughty inside. They rushed for their ship, which was frozen in ice. Please recall, this was not just a typical heist. So the pirates had hitched up their best Arctic hounds to a ship that set sail across the snow-covered grounds. The journey was long, crossing lakes wide and great, and the fairies had followed as to not seal the fate of elves and reindeer, of snowmen and fae, of all who had lived in the North Pole that day. We flew and we flew till our wings grew quite weary, and the ship had crashed into what looked sort of peery. The pirates fled fast down a snowy state street as the great windy city rested under our feet. The young boys hid fast, which I found quite ambitious, in that store with 9 stories, with our box full of wishes. And Graybeard, he ran to the grand 7th story, where a Christmas tree stood in magnificent glory. Lit only on wishes and holiday cheer, 'twas the great walnut palace where Graybeard appeared. Now, what happened next? Well, I can't help but wonder what magic or fates had brought on this great blunder. You see, Captain Graybeard was met with applause when children mistook him to be Santa Claus. At first he was startled, bewildered, perplexed, as children approached him one after the next. They sat on his lap and, with a little permission, made wish upon wish, keeping up with tradition. "Arr!" Graybeard yelled with a yo ho ho ho, and the children lit up with a radiant glow. A glow that made Graybeard remember a time when he sat with Santa, so jolly and kind. When Santa had brought him his very first toy and told him he loved him, which filled him with joy. So Graybeard, inspired by this happy confusion, returned every wish for a lovely conclusion. The Great Walnut Palace was rich beyond measure, so fairies returned there each year for its treasure. And Graybeard McGee, for the obvious reasons, played Santa's first helper for holiday seasons. So that is the tale if you choose to believe it. For belief is the most precious if you cannot conceive it. Believe, my dear friends, believe in your wishes. From my heart to yours, I wish you Merry Christmas. Well, thank you so much, Fairy Snow Princess Jade Nicole, for this wonderful book. I enjoyed reading it for all of you boys and girls. I hope you're having a happy holiday season, and I look forward to seeing you all real soon. Merry Christmas. I'll see you all soon. Ho, 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 ho.